All right, so let's dive right into this. So today I want to go over the BMW with you real fast. We're actually selling it, delivering it tonight. The person that is buying it is a friend of mine, so it's going to a good home, and they're getting a pretty good deal, I feel like, on the vehicle itself. But being it is a friend of mine, I know they'd be cool with this. I want to go over the car. I want to go over some prices and some actual numbers on it, real life numbers, and go from there. If we were to have listed the car for sale, we would have probably put it higher. Or no, not probably. I know we would have put it higher, but we are giving it to, like I said, somebody we know, and we greatly appreciate the purpose or the purchase under our stipulations, and we let them have it for a really fair price. So let's dive right into this. If anybody knows me personally, you know I bought this BMW, I think 2 years ago. I actually have the paperwork right here, so we'll dive into this and I'll show you some real stuff and teach you about a couple of things with the salvage title. And of course, since I own it, of course it is a salvage title. Of course it was a total loss. You know I bought it wrecked from IAA, so let's get at it. All right, so diving right into this, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the actual receipt to the car originally. So this is the original receipt to the car, and the purchase date, let me see, the receipt date was back from 10/4/2019. So that was a Raleigh car. So that was, what is that, 19, 20, 21? So yeah, we are 2 years. We've had this car for 2 years and still never actually done the paperwork on it. I got the file still here from originally with the title and everything. We're a dealer, so we haven't sent anything off. It is a total loss. Here's what a title looks like, just in case anybody's wondering, you know, for North Carolina. The odometer reading is on there. When we bought it, had 90,000 miles. It says total loss claims, salvage certificate of title. So it's a salvage title. When you send it off and get it back, it will come back a red title in North Carolina, and it'll have a rebuilt brand in there. But this is how you get it from the auction, as a salvage title. So there's what we paid for it. The bid amount was $6,750. There's all the fees at that time that accumulates over it, and there's the total out the door price for the vehicle. So I was $75.17 out the door when I originally purchased it without repairing, bought it wrecked. So what you can do if you've bought a wrecked vehicle, actually, I hate even teaching y'all these secrets, man. This is crazy, the information I'm giving out on this channel. But let me show you something pretty cool. If you buy a wrecked vehicle or salvage title or anything like that, you can actually take your VIN number, and none of this stuff's private. Who cares? I don't know why people blur this stuff out, man. I can get the VIN number off your car in a Walmart parking lot through your windshield, along with your license plate number. So stop blurring stuff out online, because it is public information that you can walk right up to any vehicle and get. So there's the VIN number. So you can take your VIN number, and this is the wife's desk, so that's the reason why we have the girl boss going on. I work on a laptop normally, but put your VIN number in Google, and then you'll get a bunch of different results for that VIN number. You know, so the first website it pops up we're gonna go to is a BidFax website. So this website actually goes over the vehicle, and it will actually give you what was paid for it and all that stuff, which is mind-blowing again that I'm giving y'all this information. But hey, if you subscribe to the channel, these are the types of small pieces of information that you're gonna get. So it says that it found 318 vehicles that match the 16 BMW 328, and that the average auction price for that car, or this car, is $6,369. I paid on the bid $6,750, so I was really close to the average of what's paid for. So there's the BMW. It shows the VIN number, it's 2.0 white and all that. And there's the car when I bought it wrecked. So it shows that the final bid was $67.50, and the final bid was $67.50. So this website is spot on the money of what I paid for the car, and this is public information. This is not like, I did not log into this or anything like that. So you can search VIN numbers and find out this kind of things. It breaks everything down, the mileage that was on it, the insurance company, basically the whole 9 yards. And then the other cool thing is that it actually puts the picture up of how the vehicle looked at auction. So again, I cannot believe I'm teaching y'all all this, but you know, this is what this channel's for. So here's how it was whenever I bought it. This was the original damage. Back bumper, tail light, quarter panel need to be straightened out. Door gap was correct. trunk gap was really close. So nothing major, just needed this, and that's all it was. So I paid the $67.50, and this is the damage I got. So it wasn't bad at all. Super clean on the inside. There's a close-up of the damage. We did have to order a gas door. I forgot all about that. But yeah, that's what it looked like when we bought it. So that's this was the actual auction's pictures and everything. I can't pull up the actual legit IAA auction anymore because it is gone off my account. But for some reason, you can go on these websites and it gives you the history on these vehicles. So now that we've went over all of that, we've went over the paperwork, we are now going to go into look at the car, and I'm actually going to tell y'all about the car and the experience I had with the car and the money I've made on this car, which is the shocking part of the video. So on vehicles, I think it's 5 or 6. Like I said, the wife and Eddie does all the paperwork normally, so I'm not that familiar with the paperwork side of things in the office. Normally I'm in the shop, but I think it's 5 or 6 model years or new, you have to have a DMV inspection in North Carolina. If it's older than that, it does not require any special DMV inspection. It does not require any anything out of the ordinary beyond what anybody tells you. It's really straightforward. So this is where we break down all the money. As you can see, we replaced the rear bumper, the right tail light, the right inner tail light, and the gas door. That's all we did on it. And then we did the rear quarter body work on it. Total value and parts replaced came to $467.14. Total value of all materials, there's some labor, and that's kind of partially fudged a little. I kind of make it up because obviously I'm doing the labor, so I try to make it at something that actually reflects what happens, but that don't mean that it's accurate, 100% accurate, being I'm the one that does the labor and I don't keep up with my hours on something like this. So total cost of repairing the vehicle came up to, originally, the first time, was $1,133.40. And that brings the cost of the purchase of the vehicle, or no, let's see here. Yes, no, the NADA value was $15,800. So they accumulate all that into it. So if you want to figure out the total cost of the vehicle, it would be the $1,133 plus the 75 roughly. So that's roughly $8,600 is what we originally had in the vehicle when it was repaired the first time. Okay, so I wanted to go over that paperwork, showed you that's what roughly it was to get this vehicle up and going. Like I said, this was 2 years ago, so there's probably a couple little tiny things that were missing from that equation, but that's the rough numbers on the first purchase price. So about $8,600. Let's go ahead and round it up to 87 or so. You know, is what it originally took when we were in the vehicle. So let's go outside and check this vehicle out, and I will go over with y'all the other stories and drop some stuff. All right, so here's the Beamer, how it looks now. So we did wreck this one. I'm gonna try to put some video in right here. Video or pictures of the when I wrecked it. There was a big story on it. Unfortunately, back then I was not doing YouTube, and so I don't have any of them clips no more, so I'm gonna screen record it off my Facebook. But basically, we bought this thing wrecked. We repaired it. She drove it like it was in its factory stock formation, and then she hit a lady that pulled out in front of her. She hit them in this front corner right here. So when she hit the lady, it got towed here. It ended up, I think, being a fender, front bumper, headlight was damaged or destroyed, and the radiator, the small secondary radiators on this side, and the hood was damaged. We repaired the hood. This is the original hood that come on the car. So she repaired it, or she totaled it, wrecked it again. We bought it totaled, drove it, had full coverage on it. This is the kind of information a lot of people don't understand. Had full coverage on the car. We wrecked it on dealer plates with full coverage of our own insurance, not our dealer insurance, because we did have our personal insurance on it. They paid us out on the car again. So as you've seen a second ago, the NADA on this car at the time that I built it or put it together the first time was $15,000. The NADA, or the high side of Kelley Blue Book right now as we speak, is $21,000. So the market is up that much. That's how crazy the car market is right now. So the high side, this car for dealer is about $21,000 is what you should be selling this car for. At the time, NDA was $15,000. We wrecked it. I think they factor in a little bit of it being salvaged. They stroked us a value of $13,000 for this car, wrecked with just that minor front end. It was still drivable. There wasn't no damage to the wheels, wasn't no damage to the suspension, wasn't no damage to anything except for the cosmetic pieces. And if I can find some pictures, I will drop them also, or either I've already dropped them and you'll get to see what it looked like wrecked. So insurance adjuster comes, he looks at it, he strokes us a check for $13,000 for it wrecked for this second time. We go ahead and move forward with the buyback process. Spoke with them, and let's see here, the buyback on it was $3,000, I'm pretty sure, give or take. I don't have the exact numbers in my Facebook post. I went over the exact numbers to the dollar, but that was probably about a year ago now, and I don't remember 100%, but it was $13,000. Value on the vehicle, buyback was $3,000, so we took it. So insurance company let us keep the car and stroked us a check for $10,000. So now what I have in my hand is a wrecked BMW for the second time, and I have a check for $10,000 from the insurance company. We ordered all the parts that we needed for the vehicle to repair it, and that came up to a total of about $1,000 I spent on converting the front end to the M3 front bumper, and ordering the fender and ordering a headlight. At that time, we also purchased another BMW as a business transaction, just to buy and sell. And it had these wheels on it, and we swapped wheels. So we took her factory wheels off and put these wheels on her car and sold the other BMW with the factories on it. So I repaired it, $1,000, check was $10,000. That left us $9,000 profit, clean and clear, in our pocket. We put $9,000 in the bank. We still owned the BMW. You know, painted it, did all that, and of course the only way I did $9,000 is because I do all the work myself. But I painted the car, put it back on the road. We profited $9,000 on that. So let's see here. Originally, and I'm outside right now, it's been a couple minutes since I was in the office. So if you look back at the video, what did I originally pay? I think it was $8,000 or something. Anyway, take whatever I just told you that I paid for the car originally, minus that out, $9,000, and that's how much money I was up. So I was probably up a couple $100 to $1,000 after wrecking it for the second time. So if you take and add up all of your insurance payments that she had paid on it for that year, minus out of all that math, it pretty much comes out to owning the car for free, clean and clear, not a dollar out of pocket after the second accident. So we wrecked it, and we recouped all of our financial money that we went into this car, and now officially own this car for 100% free, clean and clear. Made all of our money back on the purchase. So she's drove it, she's enjoyed it. We just switched to the Yukon that y'all seen in another video, and now we're selling it to a friend. We did let it go to this individual for $9,000. So there's $9,000 for us. Now we do owe the money that we just spent on the Yukon out of pocket, so we are just recouping money. But I went over in the Yukon video how much I was in the Yukon. So if you go watch the Yukon video, minus what I'm in the Yukon from $9,000, and that's what I'm putting in my bank. You know, go check that out so you can do that math and see how profitable this business can be. The sale price of $9,000 is actually reasonable. I just told you, if you go Kelley Blue Book this car, the high side of dealer price is going to be $21,000 when I looked it up last week. The trade-in, I think, on this car was even somewhere in like $6,000 to $8,000 on the trade-in. If I look it up real fast, I might drop it in this video, but that's still, even as selling to them, we're only selling it for a couple thousand over the clean title trade-in value. So I mean, they're getting a freaking deal. And if this thing had a clean title with these mileage and was on a car lot, they should be paying around you know, anywhere from I don't know, 17, 18, all the way up to 21,000, depending on what the dealer sells it for. So we definitely gave them a fair price, I believe, on the car. You can't give stuff away for free. I owe money, or not owe money, but I spent money on the Yukon I'm trying to get back. So it's recouping on that. But that is just a short story for this morning on the amount of money you can make doing salvage titles and flipping cars in the salvage title. I know a lot of people are probably going to ask about the paint on the car. That's not a trick in the camera. That's actually what it flops. It is a GM color, factory GM color. I cannot remember the color code. Right offhand, but it is a factory color. When I painted it, that's when I decided to go ahead and paint the whole car, because we wanted to do something different with the color flop and everything. When I did paint the car though, we did plastic weld the front bumper. All right, so we got our hole all grinded out, cleaned up, made a plug, and it will go in there like this. And it will fill it in. Get up our side pieces, prep them, grind them out, put some tape on the back side, fill them in for the front, sand them down. Get rid of the BMW emblem. There's supposed to be a BMW emblem right here, so I plastic welded that up, deleted that out of it. Had to make the M3 front bumper work. Had to order M3 fog light things. I think this was the same grills out the other one. I can't 100% remember, or maybe they come in this. No, this was a new bumper. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure them were the bumpers out of her, the grills out of her old car. They worked the exact same. The center grills I did have to buy because they're different on the M3. But the exteriors were also completely different on the M3, but the uppers were not, I'm pretty sure. And then on the back, I took it and welded up the trunk. We deleted the BMW emblem out of the trunk. So normally you have if you take the emblem off the back, there's the metal is indented where it sits in there. So we took it and grinded that out and welded a filler panel in, and I'll have to try to drop some pictures if I can find them. But we shaved and deleted the emblems off of it, and then I painted all of the trim, painted the reflectors down there the same color. She wanted them black, but I never got around to doing them black. But I wanted everything just to look clean and shaped whenever I put this car together for the second time, since I was kind of playing around with it. We painted the roof black. Of course, it didn't come like that. And the interior on this car is actually really clean. I've got to clean it up. That's where the car seat was in there, but it's in good shape. Them are floor mats that are molded to fit the car. But as you can see, the car is in really good shape. Like I said, the floor mats have some wear on them, but the seats are not tore up. It's nice. So, but she needs the room now, and I know the new people will definitely greatly enjoy it. So like I said a minute ago, I was trying to close this video out. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and let's keep growing this channel, and I'll keep teaching y'all everything that has took me the past 10 years to learn.